Here we go.
Did you? I
feel this one's got a lot of.
Okay.
I'm seeing Jeff on a beach.
On his boat.
Yeah.
He's got that boat that he always takes out to Winnipeg.
Yeah, that's right.
Jeff, we got to film this on your boat. Like, it's almost got like a Van Halen, you know, a lot of babes. Good looking. That's what I'm seeing here, Jeff. Jeff, I gotta give it to you. You know exactly where to put your range with your voice for each song. Like, this is beautiful.
He's got it down to a science.
Do I dare say it?
No wonder he doesn't work well with others.
Is this best one yet? Every week he's up in his game. I really loved last week though.
Last week was good.
Last week I really. But Jeff, what do? We'll wait till it's done. We'll get the info when the song's done. Yeah, I love the bass on this too.
There it is.
Oh yeah.
Tell me there's a better way to start episode 82.
There isn't.
There isn't. No,
there isn't. See, I wish I knew how to play the guitar a little bit better. Like, I'm a beginner.
You're a beginner?
But let's listen. Turn up the solo, Jeff. Hold on. Wait, we're getting to the beat here. This is what I was saying. You
can't ask. There's money in the bank. You asked for the solo and then you destroy with
your...
Well,
you turned it down, so I got to throw it up. He didn't turn it up. I got to turn it up.
I like it.
Fuck, there's nothing like a good solo. Yeah, this is on your boat for sure, Jeff.
Yeah.
That's a good call. This it's called September Song, and it's kind of a song about, loss and moving on, and it's a good cloud song.
And does the month of September have a significance to you? Like, it was really...
I don't know. That's kind of just how I feel at the end of every summer. It's like, it's done. We got to go back into the deep freeze.
Yeah.
You know how we can change that, Jeff? We move to Greece.
That's good. I like that idea.
Let's do it.
We promised, Jeff.
We did.
We did. We literally.
You know what? I listened to last week's podcast.
We got lots of stuff.
we have to take them to Greece.
Yeah.
You know what, Jeff? I don't know how this, let's call it partnership, ever started, but this is the best thing that's ever happened to you, man.
Right.
We got a lot of IOUs. You want to hold on to those?
Just ask me. I'll tell you.
That's $375,000. You might want to hold on to that. Jeff, give us the handle again. We know where you're on iTunes and Spotify and places, but
all your favorite streaming spots and Reverb Nation in Calgary. If you're listening, I'm up to number 4 on the chart. So thanks for the support.
Yeah, wow, way to go, Jeff. Nice, buddy.
It's Jeff Mojo Muller.
Wait a minute. Do you want to be our marketing guy?
Yeah, see you later, marketing flats.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that's what happens when you don't show up. I got commitments. And you know the other thing, too?
You don't pay me.
Yeah, and we won't. And you know what, Jeff? He's got some fire. He's not even coming. He's like, I got an interview, and I got to fly out to Dallas, Fort Worth. Can Jeff have the podcast for me early? We're like, you will get the podcast when Jeff gives it to you. You ungrateful sack of...
Wait a minute. He got a job off? I didn't know about this.
Maybe I made that up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But he's flying to Fort Worth. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
All right, fine. Listen, let's start it up. How was the weekend? It was Mama's Day just a couple of days ago.
Yeah, it was a lot of day for me this weekend. Look, Mother's Day, we had it. Calliope and I got Tamara a pair of shoes that she wanted.
That's very nice.
Right?
Quick question.
Yeah.
Like, I'm about to be a dad to be, and
Yeah.
I consider my wife, even though the baby isn't here yet, a mom. I mean, she's carrying her around. You got to
Yeah.
give them some props, right?
A little bit.
Is Mom Day kind of the new Valentine's Day? Kinda.
Yeah, I think it turns into that. I think when you're dating and you're just on just straight, call it hormones.
Sure.
It's all about the Valentine's Day.
Right.
I think it goes into. I think you're right. It goes into the Mother's Day. And Valentine's Day is not a big deal, but you got to deliver on.
You have to deliver. Well,
you
no,
can't.
I disagree with you. I think, in all due respect to all men out there, if you have a kid, you can't give up Valentine's Day and not do. You got to do both. You have to do Mama's Day.
You got to
and
do
Valentine's
both.
Day.
You got to do both. Yeah.
You're dead in the water
Yeah.
if you think you can get away without doing at least Mother's Day. Like Mother's Day is
Mother's Day is like the wholesome, saying thank you kind
That's
of
right.
day, right? And Valentine's Day, I'm thinking should be the more romantic.
Sure, absolutely. But what I'm getting at is the moms are kind of expecting something.
Yeah, they are.
They are.
Let's call a spade a spade. Of course they are.
Like we joked around during Christmas time, the crappy ashtrays, that isn't going to cut it for Mother's Day.
No, it's not.
Because they know you're behind it.
Look,
even though the kid's like, oh, Mommy, look, I brightened.
No,
like,
it doesn't work. That's why I got the shoes.
I'm going to talk to Daddy about this. Give me a second.
She's like, I saw these shoes I want to wear for the wedding.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into.
Right.
And I'm like, perfect.
Right.
I go, it's a win-win. I know she wants them. She picked them out. I'm just coming in to deliver.
That's
you know
it.
what I mean?
So for all the men out there, don't think that you're off come February. You're like, good, I got another year. No. If you get your wife pregnant or if you've had a child, Mother's Day's just as big. Just as big.
It's a big one.
But you got an out on Mother's Day though.
Yeah.
Because the kid's supposed to do something for the mom,
Technically,
right?
but the kid, because he's not making income right now, you gotta
It's not in the labor
Gotta back it
force.
up.
It's not even in school. So we're the legal guardians.
Yeah, you got to do
It
what you
is
gotta
on
do.
us right now.
It is. It's so true.
You know, but that's a good thing about Mother's Day when they get when Calliope gets older.
Yeah.
Then I can just slap my name on the stuff that she's going to give.
That's true.
Mom.
So
And then
there's an age
I
range.
get the piggyback.
Yeah, there's an age range.
Because right now she's picking back off me.
True.
But you think Calliope helped me out?
No, I don't think
Do
she.
you think she pulled out the visa?
With all due respect,
do you think
no.
she found the shoes?
Your
Do you think
daughter's
she drove
credit
to
score
South Center?
sucks. Yeah.
Terrible.
Garbage.
She's piggybacking off me, and I got to put her name.
Yeah.
You know what? When she's older, we're gonna have a talking to.
Sure.
I got to put her name on my gift.
Yeah, this is. You know what? There's a lot of IOUs.
And what
on
do
that
I
end.
get in return? She's going to be making her flower pots when she's 10 years old in like grade 4, because that's a thing.
And like I said,
Where did that come from,
your
by the
wife,
way?
your wife's gonna look at the flower pot and say, "Oh, that's so nice," but out of the corner of her eye, she's gonna look at you and
Terrible.
go, "There better be a necklace in this
This better be a
flower pot."
money tree.
Yeah, this
This better be a money tree. Well, it's like, Tamara, you didn't marry one, so don't expect anything now.
And you also went to a wedding this weekend.
Well, it was a busy weekend, right?
You're a very busy man.
Yeah, well, you know what? I get invited to stuff.
You do, yeah.
I get invited to stuff.
This all started about a year ago, where you joked about it, and you have crushed me in the social scene.
Crushed you.
Crushed me.
And like you're the guy. Like if we got to go pound for pound, you got the tenure over me. You've even been in the Greek community
Sure.
in council.
I was the guy.
You were the man.
I was the guy.
Now
You know what? I'm okay with passing the torch.
I don't
I'm proud
think
of you.
I don't think you
I'm
are.
proud of you.
I think it hurts
Can I
you.
tell you something? I'm proud of you.
It hurts you. Don't do that. This empowerment shit's
Listen
not
to me.
going to work on me,
Hey,
pal.
look at me. I'm proud of you, man.
Get out of here. The bitch is proud of me. Relax.
Hey, over here. Proud of you, man.
Yeah, okay. I'm proud of me too. No, had a wedding, family, friends, Tamaras. I got to tell you, let me tell you something about weddings. The most clutch move of all time, you guys, is at the midnight buffet.
Right.
Get the candy section going on. I can't tell you. I hoarded a bag of candies. They had sour soothers. They had the jelly beans. They had the gummy bears. You wanted, you name it. They even had the little goodie bags. I felt like I was at Max.
That's good.
It's perfect.
That's
right?
the way to do it.
The only thing they were missing, you know what would make actually the wedding buffet better? If you had a taquito station with a chili cheese or with the chili and cheese.
Well,
just replicate Max.
Let me tell you something. Maybe I'm going to give it away. Maga Malaka might have a little something to do with
Get
that.
out of here.
Yeah.
You doing that now?
It's a little something.
You know what? I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Hey, thank
Hey,
you.
I'm proud of you. You know something, Mitch?
Look
It's
at
a
me.
good one.
Look at me.
No.
Look at me.
Shh,
Hey.
shh. I'm proud of you. Okay, Mitch?
Just
I'm
listen.
proud of you.
I got to tell you something. You look great. All right. With that being said, another thing happened on Sunday. Well, actually, two things happened on Sunday. We're going to talk about one in a couple of minutes, but the one that happened where everyone, sports fan or not, Game of Thrones, episode 5. The second last episode happened. And listen, I'm not going to lie. To all you Game of Thrones fans, you want to forward through this and wait for the ending. Maybe you're watching, you're going to power watch it later.
At this point,
I'm just going to say it right now.
We don't care.
I don't care. I'm getting a little pissed off. I'm getting a little mad with what's happening here. A lot of things are happening, which is great. You know,
got to wrap it up, though.
However, listen, but why 6 episodes? There's so much going on, and they're rushing through it. Let's call it what it is. Cersei and Jamie dying like that? I didn't like it.
Fell short for me, too. She's the biggest bitch on the planet.
Right.
Right? She's the Sharon Stone of the ancient world.
That's right.
Okay? And would that make Jamie the Nikki Santoro?
That would be. He would be Nikki Santoro.
He would be Nikki Santoro.
And the way they went out.
Yeah, I was
no.
disappointed. Like, you wanted to see someone knife her up.
Yeah, exactly.
Something. Like, you were waiting for Arya to do it.
And
she's right there.
Now,
and the mountain's a jerk.
The mountain is a big jerk.
Oh, so you get to get yours.
Oh, you go.
She was standing at the stairs.
Right.
He gets to get his.
Right.
Arya can't get hers.
But what? You know what? Listen, me and my brother fight. You have a brother too.
Yeah.
We get into arguments. Those two really do not like each other.
Like, that's bad.
Like, wow. Like, guys, where was your mom in between this going, boys, like, settle down. Okay, take his face out of the fire. Like, what is going on? Why
that part when he turned and his eyes were bloodshot.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Like, this guy means business, man.
He was not happy.
He was like he's like, little brother.
Yeah.
You still aggravate me.
You still
like,
make
I'm
me
upset.
very
And then
mad.
when he took Kyburn and smashed him against
Mom
the wall,
always liked
and
you
then
best.
threw him down.
There was a lot of animosity between those two brothers.
A lot of animosity.
I don't think the fire was the only thing. We'll never know, but there was more to that story than we care to say. Yeah,
he stole his comic book.
Something happened.
He must have stolen his comic book.
Now, finally, because we don't want to stay too long on it, because we got more important things in sports to talk about.
But you can't. Are we going to leave out Daenerys?
No. That's why I want to say it. Jon Snow is at fault for all this.
Yeah, he is.
All he had to do was just give her the juice. That's it. Here's Daenerys. Her best friend had her head blown off or cut off, right?
Yeah.
She's not well liked like she thought she was going to be.
That's right.
She's got people she can't trust around her.
She's already got family problems. The future sister-in-law doesn't like her.
Sister-in-law doesn't like, or cousin or aunt or whatever combination.
I don't know.
She finds out the guy she likes is her nephew. Like, she's got a lot of things going on, and all she wanted, she said, hey, Johnny, Thea needs something over here. Auntie needs a little something over here. And then he pulls away from her. He's got the headache.
Wait,
you just killed
now?
1 million people, Jon Snow, because you couldn't satisfy your woman.
Yeah, I know. Come on. And you know what, John? Look, this happens in Greek villages all the time. So what? She's your aunt. Relax one time.
Whoop-de-doo, man.
Take it easy. More importantly, didn't you say she was your queen?
Yeah. And that's the other thing. You should be the queen card.
Yeah, he did. He pulled the queen card.
I'm your queen. You're my queen. I would never betray you. But I got a headache. We can't have sex tonight. Yeah. Well, no wonder she went nuts.
No wonder she went upset.
Crazy, man.
Talk about ghosting.
Yeah. I would have blown up everything too, man.
Wow.
How much can one person take, really? You know what I mean?
No wonder she went mad queen.
Yeah.
Well, just give her the business.
Next week, he better, when they kind of retreated there, he better be going back and candlelights all around the bed. That's what he better be, getting a little wine ready.
He better make a second Valentine's Day. He's got a lot of catching up to do.
He's got a lot to do. There it is.
Speaking about a lot to do.
Yeah.
We got a lot to talk about. We do have a lot to talk about. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to tell you what we're going to talk about. I'm going to tell you what we're going to start talking about. And that's the NBA. Because guess what, NHL?
That's right.
You taking a backseat because this is a performance-based podcast.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah. You know what? Sorry, guys. And then we are going to talk about NHL. I guess we got to at least touch and go on it.
Sure. Well,
something.
Yeah.
Then we got everyone's new favorite. It has overcome maybe Maga. I hate to say it. But Rapid Banter has taken over. It's really taken over.
You know,
I thought about it. Rapid Banter, because we only do the podcast once a week, what happens is in 1 week, we get it done in 5 minutes.
It's like a summary.
It really is.
Yeah, it's
kind of like your sex life. 1 point, Mitch.
Is that bullet points?
That was bullet, I have it right here. And then finally, we are going to end with Maga Malaka, because it still is. It might be the old one, but it's old reliable.
Look, Look, just like the Foles-Wentz debate we get into.
That's right.
Rapid Banter's the guma. It's the girl you love every week. You need a little spice.
So
but
true.
Maga and Malaka is the woman you go home to.
That's right. Isn't that the
It'll
truth?
always be the woman
Always.
you go home to.
Always. But before all that.
Before all that.
Yeah.
Before we get into anything. Because damn it, let me tell you something. This show is not a show unless, and Jeff, cue the music. We give to you the Headversity metrics of the week. Look here at the roster. Headversity.com is the genius that has brought you the website entitled RealLockerRoomTalk.com. That's right. Look, they're the leader in mental work-based resilience, mental health, and they're tackling stigma all across the country and all across the world. They're doing absolutely fantastic things. I want you to do us a favor and check out two things. Number one, go to the website, Headversity.com, and make a profile, sign up to the newsletter. And the second thing is check out RealLockerRoomTalk.com where you can see their work in action, because guess what? Some of you are looking, where do I get things done? How do I get it done in the best manner possible? It's Headversity.com. Talk to them. Now, let me explain something here.
Sure.
Look, the metrics keep growing and growing and growing, and it is unbelievable. Look, we talked about how we hit over 4,000 downloads finally on Podbean, but let me tell you the other real milestone marker now.
What you got?
Which it actually it hit already, but I was waiting for the 4,000.
Yeah.
6,000.
What 6?
That means that's how many total downloads
Whoa.
that we've gotten across the board. And it is well on its way to 7, my friend.
Nice.
Yes, but I want to do the 4.
Right, fair
Then I
enough.
want to hit with the 6.
I like it.
Between all the forums, between everywhere we get downloaded, we have cracked the 6,000 download mark, and it's all possible thanks to the roster and every single person that listens to us on a weekly basis and interacts on our Facebook and social media pages. And I just want to throw a quick plug there too. It's at Mitch and Dimitri at RealLockerRoomTalk.com. Get in, get interactive. Now, that's a lot. It's a lot to handle.
It's
you
so
think that's
much.
everywhere we're getting downloads, but it isn't. And Mitch, cue your music.
There it is. Listen, it's a Gappy Greek radio all day, all night.
AGAPE GreekRadio.com, where you can stream Real Locker Room Talk Friday, Saturday, and Sunday anywhere in the world. And guess what? Where else are you going to get a podcast where you talk a little Game of Thrones, you talk a little sports, you talk Mother's Day, and you get a nice little tifteteli to go with it. That's right, Real Talkalicious. Okay, I mean the Vixen and Jack. We got to come up with names.
You know what? Speaking of Vixen and Jackal.
Oh, but wait, are they ready?
Do it.
Are they ready?
Tell them.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud that we have partners in Agape Greek Radio. Look, we talk about all the other shows, but we got the Vixen herself. The Vixen and Jackal. Adonia will be on the show. I mean, is it next week already?
So next week
Is
already?
it next week
Yeah,
already?
it's time.
Adonia will be on the show. Make sure to tune in. You're going to love what she has to hear. I mean, you know, this woman, she's like, you know, she's the most in shape person I know.
Most in shape, and she might even play better Greek music than what I can come up with.
That's a given. That's a given. Look, they got a fantastic show. You can find it on Agape Greek Radio as well. But they do also, I know they got the podcast. You can stream it off of SoundCloud, and they got the various channels. And I do believe they got a spot on Greek Beat Radio as well. So
Something we need to jump on as well.
yeah. Well, you know what? No.
Let them have that.
Stan,
Yeah.
we've been saying it every week. We are loyal to you.
That's right, Stan.
We love you.
We're not leaving.
We're not you, but damn it, we want to get our name in the book. We want the nomination.
Don't make us think otherwise, Stan.
Oh, are you know what? Eleni Menegaki has been calling us for weeks, and we said no. We've turned down Alpha. Why? Because we want that title.
That's right.
We're coming for you.
We're coming for you.
It's amazing.
Well, there it is. Let's get started. It's, it's what everyone kind of tunes into, to hear our rendition of why and how sports really works.
Because nobody knows better than us.
Right. It's real locker room talk.
It's real locker room talk.
Exactly.
Yeah, this isn't stat locker room talk.
No, it's not.
It's not fake locker room talk.
It is not.
It is real locker room talk.
It's kind of fake news, but it's real locker room talk.
Whatever. Opinions are subjective.
That's right. Exactly. Listen, we said it earlier. Dimitri said it earlier. We're starting NBA today. Why? Well, listen, I hate to say this to you, NHL, but we told you so. We said upsets early are fun. They're exciting. They're great. However, you know what? They lose a little bit of their luster. And the NBA is showing you exactly why. This past week, Game 7s happened, and it was epic. The Western Conference Final in the NBA, the Eastern Conference Final in the NBA. You couldn't ask for better ratings. In fact, I'll give you this stat. 2.2 million Canadians tuned in to watch the Raptors 76ers game, which we're going to start with right now. Dimitri, last week, Mother's Day, it was great. But that same day, Raptors, 76ers ended up playing each other. You basically said to your mom, here's your brunch. How you doing? I got to go watch this game. And it turned out to be a classic. You got Kawhi Leonard, who kind of just ended up with the Toronto Raptors, not, in the weirdest of ways. And they end up trading the all-time leading scorer of the Raptors, DeMar DeRozan. Yep. They get this trade. There was big talk about how this was a horrible trade. How could we get rid of DeMar?
He's only going to stay a year at best.
Exactly.
We lost out. Everything.
So Leonard comes in. Now this guy has won he's won the NBA championship with the Spurs. He's a winner. He knows what he's doing. Mandu has been on the podcast months ago calling this guy the greatest analytical player. Like, this guy, stat for stat, is the best.
And that was confirmed by our partners and friends at Stellar Argo.
Exactly.
Or Stellar Algo, sorry. When James was on the show saying the exact same thing.
And a lot of us were like, we don't know. Wow, has he proven it? Not just throughout the year. He proved it last week and during this series. Here's a guy that averaged over 31 points a game in the 76ers series. And everyone had Toronto pegged as they were going to lose this. This is not their cup of tea. They don't know how to win in the playoffs. They don't know what they're doing. Well, unless you live under a rock, you saw what happened. 4.2 seconds left. Ball is inbounded. Kawhi went around the corner, took the shot, clank, and not like the Bears, this one went in. Boom.
Amazing.
I know you'd like that because you hate the Bears so much. Kawhi does what he was basically brought here to do. Dimitri, was that the greatest shot in Raptors? Does this change Raptors history?
It absolutely changes Raptors history. It is the greatest shot in Raptors history because the team itself has a different buzz because there's a legitimate shot here now. I think every Raptors fan knew every time that they came in and they had to play the Cleveland Cavaliers as of late. Now I'm just talking about the Raptors teams that have been making the playoffs with great records like they have in the past couple of years. But when they come up against Cleveland, they would get destroyed, so on. And actually, even more so with the 76ers specifically. Now look, Toronto is a much better team than Philadelphia on paper. But this 76ers team, for some reason, when it comes to the Toronto Raptors, it seems like they got their number. It seems like, them and the Wizards. It's like this weird, why can't they get past just these teams here?
Some teams just have your name.
They just have it. Yeah, I agree. So it was, I think the city's buzzing. It was an amazing accomplishment. I think it goes down as the best shot to date.
Absolutely.
Right? Let's just say to date, right? So, yeah. Look, watch a bit of the game. Let's call it what it was. It was a bit of a dud in the first half.
Absolutely.
Let's be honest.
Yeah,
not too much action, but it did amp up because the game was close in that second half. Great finish. I mean, and well-designed play too. Here's what I like about the play. They knew they had 4 seconds on the clock. So they said, look, what we're going to do, we're going to give it to Kawhi. There's no secret here. This is the guy who's taking it. Kawhi, take it, run it.
Yeah.
Run the clock. And, if you actually look at the timing of when he shot, that's what makes Kawhi even more special to me. The shot's one thing, which, by the way, I think they said took 3.8 seconds to finally land in the basket. Like, talk about not just buzzer beaters. Like,
right. Oh, absolutely.
Like from the movie. But Kawhi has the intuition he has the awareness to understand exactly what 4.2 seconds is on the court to wrap it up.
Absolutely.
That's what I loved about it.
He is so basketball smart. It's crazy. And I think that's one thing that a lot of people tend to forget. And then the other side of it is this guy is so talented. I don't know if it's because he's a bigger player, like, at 6'8", and maybe some people don't think he can dribble. He can dribble. Some people don't think he can rebound. He can rebound. But he can shoot from anywhere. I mean, he didn't need to shoot a 3. The game was tied. He misses, they go to overtime.
That's right.
He, for whatever reason, decided, you know what? Let's put a little cherry on top of this cake. I'm going to shoot a 3. If it goes in, great. If not, whatever. I mean, it was fantastic. The next question I got for you is simply this. What does Toronto now have to do? Now, look, their reward for winning that game is they get the number 1 team in the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks, and Giannis and his team. My question is this: win or lose, how does Toronto keep Kawhi? How are they gonna? They gotta keep this guy. They have to do everything and anything to keep this guy.
Yeah, I don't know. The answer to that question is I don't know what they have to do. I think the question is there even anything that they can do?
Yeah.
Is there anything that he can do?
Great
Because, maybe that was the deal going in. I mean, everyone seems convinced, and even all the media, they seem convinced that this is just a one-year thing and he's going to go and do his thing. If anything, they now hear me out on this, they almost have to lose for him to want to stay. Because that would give him the motivation to say, no, you know what? We had the team. We could have done. No, I'm going to stay one more year to prove a point because I know we can get there. If they win, he's long gone.
That's what
because he accomplished his goal.
Exactly.
I did it for the North. I came here 1 year. It's all done.
See, Jon Snow, that's how you do it.
That's how you do it, Jon Snow.
Yeah, Jon Snow.
You don't sit here and fondle Lowry and then don't pass him the ball anymore.
Exactly.
That's brutal. But I think if the Raptors win it all, he's gone.
You said it perfectly. If they win, they're almost screwed either way. In the weirdest of ways, right? They win it. You're absolutely right. He's like, I did my
NBA
part.
Championship, the Iron Throne.
I've done my part for Canadian heritage, and I'm gone. Yeah. And if they lose, he's like, meh. You guys knew I was going to leave.
He's like, come on, guys.
What are you gonna do?
You know what's funny? If the Raptors win, they'll do one of those, a part of our heritage commercials.
Sure.
Yeah, this is going to be in there.
Oh, 100%. That's well it should be.
What's more impressive?
Sure.
Quick segue.
Yeah.
Canadian team winning the NHL first or the Raptors winning the NBA title?
Ooh.
What's more impressive for Canada?
I would say right now it's got to be the basketball thing because obviously the hockey thing we've done. Granted, it's been a long time since we've done it, but I mean, basketball truly, just like baseball was, is America's game. So anytime we can go in there and take even one or make a little asterisk on their notebook somewhere, you got to say it's a big deal. Here's the final question I got for you. Kawhi put on a show. I mean, this guy, if you didn't watch any of it, shame on you. And if you did, then you watched amazingness. You watched perfection to some degree. Do you think that was one of the best? Where do you rank it as best playoff performances? Maybe in all sports. I'm going to go that far.
You know what? It was really good, but I don't think it ranks even in the top 10 because when you put it against all sports, look, we're going to have the Canadian bias to it and we're excited right now. But there have been, there have been a lot of other impactful, not that it was an impactful game, but I'm talking championship winning games and other dominant performances where it still ranks. I mean, we still got the home bias. Like I said, for Toronto, it ranks number 1. For the Raptors, is the best. For the Raptors, this is probably the best playoff performance, but it's still the number 2 memory for the Raptors. You got to put Vince Carter in the skills competition. The dunk competition is the greatest Raptors moment. I still think that goes there. But yeah, there's a lot more, Mitch.
I'll say this. I'm going to be honest with you. Listen, man, a couple of years ago, we all gave LeBron a lot of props for basically putting his Cavaliers team on his back and winning it all and doing it. Now, granted, we're 2 series away from that being said. But what Kawhi did, because he did it by himself. Lowry showed up whenever he felt like it. Dennis Green, he's getting his hair cut by some weirdo. I don't know where he's getting his hair done. Gasol has not been what he has been when they brought him over. So for me, this is up there with what LeBron did a couple of years ago, as he was that dominant and that's how much they relied on him. He basically did it all.
Well, you know what? I'm glad that our prediction and our request came into fruition because now we get to see Kawhi Leonard versus Giannis Antetokounmpo in the Eastern Conference Final, and this is just the sexiest thing that could happen in sports right now. I'm telling you, this is a mono matchup.
Absolutely.
Of two guys that literally carry their teams.
Absolutely, it's gonna be good. You know what? Here's an idea. I think we talked about it on the way here. It's obvious. It's Giannis versus Kawhi.
Yeah.
Spread them out. Full court basketball. You guys can stay on the court if you want, the other 4 players. I don't care.
Yeah.
But it's 1-on-1. Kawhi versus Giannis, 1-on-1. Winner goes to the NBA championship.
Yeah, like they did in the olden days, like in the movie Troy. Remember
Right.
with Brad Pitt at the beginning of the movie?
Yes.
Right. The other guys, they brought their champion out. They're like, look, why don't we sell this the old-fashioned way?
Let's
No
do
one's
this.
got to die today.
No one's got to die.
Okay, we don't need dragons killing off entire cities.
Yeah, we don't need that.
We want to just relax.
Our guy's having sex with our queen.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you got?
What do you got?
One-on-one, Giannis Kawhi.
Boom.
One game, win
One game.
takes all.
Done. I like it.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be great.
That was, see, again,
Little thought
you're
for you
welcome,
guys.
NBA.
You're welcome. There it is. From there, we're not done. We're going to go, listen, then we all know that Milwaukee already won, so we don't need to talk about that. We jump over to the West.
Yeah, 'cause
Last
they
week,
annihilated that.
me and you talked about it. We're like, you know what? We had a feeling. Golden State was up 2-0. We said, you know what? Houston's going to come back and tie it, which they did.
They did.
Tied 2-2. They go to game 5 back to Golden State. Third quarter. Kevin Durant, who, you want to talk about playoff performances. This guy's averaging just under 40 points a game.
Jeez.
Felt like somebody shot him in the back of the leg. He goes down. He's gone. All of a sudden, everybody, including you people over at the Aura, you Golden State fans, you all felt it. I know you did. You all thought Harden was going to take over and win this game. And what you horrible fans, yeah, I'm saying it. You horrible fans, ungrateful fans forgot was the guy that before Durant showed up. The guy that carried you guys from literally the depths of what you guys were in the Western Conference.
Carson Wentz.
What's that?
Carson Wentz?
He carried you guys, and his name is Stephon Curry. This guy, all of a sudden, the light switch went on, and he went, along with his good friend, another guy that helped carry this Golden State team to its promise, Klay Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
These two guys put your team on their back and carried you guys to the promised land. Don't you dare tell me, Golden State fan, that you guys didn't think what me and Dimitri had thought as well. And we were all wrong. And not only did it not go to 7, Golden State ends up crushing you guys in 2 straight games to win it 4-2. Dimitri, when we've had a podcast in the past where we talked about the killers.
That's
Killer
right.
instinct. Was that not killer instinct, what you saw Stephon Curry do these days?
It was killer instinct.
Killer
it was
instinct.
sheer killer instinct. And especially, oh man, you know, this Houston team, I want to give them Xilo.
Yeah.
I want to give them a spanking and a discipline and say, how many times do I have to tell you the same thing?
Exactly.
You know, like,
Beautifully said.
I mean, they blew it in game 1.
Blew it in game 1.
Blew it. They come and they come back and they win these games, and they played very well to
Sure.
tie the series 2-2. Game 5.
Yeah.
They were down by 20 points in the first half.
Right.
Down by 20 points, and they come back and say, you know what? No, not on our watch.
Yeah.
They were leading the game in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
Damn it, Harden. Where's your killer instinct?
Where is it?
How many times you got to get bitch slapped by the Golden State Warriors for you to act like a man once or twice?
Let me tell you why now.
I'm upset.
I'm more convinced now than ever why Harden will never win a championship and never be an MVP. Because Giannis is going to win MVP this year, and you're not obviously going to win the championship this year because you don't have what Curry has.
That's right.
And that is heart. You know, Curry stood back and said, hey, you know what, Durant, you're here. You are a better player overall. Carry the team, which he did.
Yeah.
39 points a game. This guy's like ripping up the series. He gets hurt. And then Stephon pretended like, oh, you guys need me now? No problem. I come in and he demolished you. Game 4, he goes into the first half, no points.
No points.
And then 35 points in the second half. Harden, Chris Paul, what's wrong with you guys? How many times do you have? And now, granted, Klay Thompson decided to show up as well, but still, Golden State, much as I want to cut you guys down,
Gotta respect
props.
you.
Gotta
Yeah.
respect you.
Damn it, I hate them, but it's, well, you know, and you got to have that killer. Look, no wonder Durant left OKC.
No doubt.
To put up with Harden and Westbrook for how many years? He's the victim.
And I hate to tell you this, Golden State fan, is this. After what Curry did and after Klay did, there's no doubt in my mind now that Durant is gone for sure. Because
Yeah, I
he
agree.
just saw that he doesn't need to stay there. He can go to New York with a good conscience and say, I'll go for the money. No one's going to care. I'm over here now. So what we got in the West now is we got a Golden State, and Portland ends up pulling off a great Game 7 as well on Mother's Day. What a fun and exciting game that was.
You know what? I was shocked. I really was, because, Denver was playing amazing. And they got the X factor in the Joker. And it really came down to that overtime loss that Denver suffered, that four overtime loss. That was the turning point. That was where they got crushed, and they gave life to this Trailblazers team. And not to say that they didn't deserve it. Look, if you look at the standings, they only finished with one game less in wins than Denver did. So it was a very even match. Actually, it's probably poetic that it went 7 games. But again, Denver, like Houston, they loosened the grip. They had the stranglehold. How they won these crucial games. Game 1 for Houston, but also Game 3 for Denver. I mean, we're looking at a different story entirely. I'm shocked. But look, you got to win. It's a 7-game series. There's no flukes here.
Yeah.
You gotta play. Look, as much as we can talk around, Mitch, I got to ask you this question.
Sure, man.
Is Golden State... Does anyone have a chance?
You know what? After what we saw, the normal answer would be no. Like, if these guys keep playing the way they do, you can't stop it. But I'm going to tell you this. Portland, the 2 players, Lillard and McCollum was on fire in Game 7. Lillard is on fire. This is your favorite NBA game. NBA jams. This is what's going to happen. It's 2-on-2. Where 2 seconds ago we said it's Yanni versus Kawhi
from downtown.
This is exactly what's going to happen in this Portland. Here's a little game changers pick of the week. Take the over in all of these games. It's going to go 7. There's no defense to be played in this series. This will legitimately be 2-on-2. It is Leonard and McCollum versus Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. It's going to be 2-on-2. It's going to be great. Bottom line, the 2 better players on Portland beat the 2 better players on Denver. That's all that really happened at the end of the day. Fair point. Fair enough. So it's going to be a great, and so that's why we started with the NBA, guys. If you could hear it in our voice, it's simply because the games were excellent. Why? Because the top 4 teams were playing each other. And now, granted,
and the players were playing.
And all the players were playing to their capacity. Exactly.
Everything. It was more exciting.
So you got Eastern Conference. You got Golden State versus Portland, and you've got Milwaukee versus Toronto, exactly the way it should be. The best players and the best teams are playing each other.
Okay, give me a final.
I am gonna go in both. Both are gonna go Game 7, and it's gonna be Milwaukee and Portland. Boom. I'm cheering for you, Toronto, but I hate to say it, Giannis is just too much for you guys, man.
I'm gonna have to go with this one as well. I'm going Golden State and Milwaukee.
All right. Well,
early picks.
Bottom line, either which situation, it'll be good. From there, we go to everyone's. It's just sad. We're going to the NHL now. Yeah. Well, sorry guys. We got to talk about it.
Did you guys start the next round yet? The NBA was a week behind. We didn't know how they'd catch up. Yeah. Not only they catch up, they passed you. Shame on you, NHL.
Shame on you.
I didn't even want to give you any podcast time, but Mitch convinced me. Otherwise, he said, no, Dimitri, no.
We had no choice.
Just because the NHL broke your heart doesn't mean you have to break Jonathan's heart for pucking around with Johnny.
And what you guys did to him.
What's up? I'm doing a lot of plugs today.
You do?
Not that I don't want to. They're good guys, but
you're doing good.
Have you noticed me doing a lot of plugs?
You know what? I like it when you do that. Shows the love.
Game changers.
Game changers.
That's not even applicable. I just wanted to say it.
All right, in the NHL.
Game changers.
Last week, we'll start with the Eastern Conference Final. We got the Bruins, and we're doing the podcast one day early.
It's a type of bear, everyone.
Yeah, that's right.
In case you didn't know.
Last week, what's the score in that Carolina game? Jeff, if you have a second, if anyone knows, can you maybe check and let us know? Just because the series right now in the Eastern Conference is 2-0 convincingly. Boston has decided that they're a little tired and they'd like a couple of days off. And so they said, maybe we sweep this series so we can wait for whoever it is in the Stanley Cup final. They have what was the first game? 5-2 and 6-2 respectively. Yeah. They have just murdered the Carolina Hurricanes. Are you surprised? Not surprised?
No, I'm not surprised. Look, Boston is a great team.
And they're winning 1-0.
Boston
so far, yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Boston.
It'll be a sweep.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yep.
Look, I think Carolina was opportunistic to be, again, they beat the defending Stanley Cup champions, who always start out slow in the first round. We've said it for weeks here, Mitch, and they capitalized. It took them to 7. They ended up beating a New York Islanders team, and I'm not, they swept the Islanders, and it's not that the Islanders were bad, but let's be honest. I mean, did they really deserve to, were they ever going to win the Stanley Cup is what I'm saying? No. So their gas tank was going to run out at some point.
Right.
Like if the Islanders did beat them, I'm convinced that Boston would be up 2-0, just like they would on the Islanders. Or that they're on the Hurricanes now, and they'd be winning, just as Jeff said. So, look, Carolina is a team that it's that one Cinderella story, like real underdog. And you look at the roster too. Like this is only fitting. I think Boston's going to steamroll them. I know it's easier said than done. And a lot of people might be saying, "Well, this is what happened with Washington," but Boston's going to the final. You guys get a grip on it. I don't know how you want to make your bets, but just. You better bet them to get in there because it's going to happen.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Bottom line, this is also a problem for the NHL. I know I've been kind of harping on this and how it's DEFCON 4 for Gary Bettman and he doesn't know what's going on. But this is even worse. Carolina made it now to where they made it. But if they don't make a series out of this in the third round, it's bad on the NHL, you guys. You don't understand. This is bad because even though this has helped out the Carolina season ticket holders and all that, it doesn't look good on hockey when the third round, this is supposed to be the most mashiest, grindiest series of all of them. No matter what the first round brings you, the third round is supposed to be where everyone leaves it out on the ice. And if they end up cleaning these guys' clocks badly, it doesn't look good. Okay, so that's another little problem. But if Boston makes it to the finals, which let's call it what it is, they will, then one asterisk where disaster averted. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay, so that's fine. We jumped to the Western Conference. Last week, we left you with a cliffhanger. We didn't know who was in it. We knew that St. Louis was in, but we weren't sure what happened with the St. Louis-Colorado series because they were playing the day we did the podcast. Well, San Jose, the bridesmaids, come through again. They really have it out for me and Dimitri. They have it out. We called them out, and since the day we called them out, I kid you not.
A lot of teams are doing this.
They have come after us.
We have California.
I truly feel like this is a personal hit on us. I really do.
Well, keep going.
Well, San Jose, St. Louis, it is a good little series. Series tied at 1. This one, I truly believe, will go to 7, and it's going to go back and forth. This will be a heavyweight fight to some degree.
Yeah.
You know what? You have been following San Jose, basically had them on not on your bandwagon, because you chose them from day one. Are you still going with San Jose?
Yeah, I'm still going with San Jose because the way I'm looking at these teams right now, and I watch both games, and part of it because in my hockey pool, my playoff pool, the only players I have left are from San Jose. So I have that vested interest to watch that as well. But, when I look at the forwards, I'm going to call it even because, the big guns for St. Louis aren't really firing, but they're getting that secondary scoring. San Jose is somewhat the same thing. That Couture, Meyer, Nyquist line, this is on fire for San Jose. They're playing excellent. I think overall, St. Louis has got him on goaltending, but Martin Jones still playing very well, and he's saving. He's doing his job. But I got to stick with that defensive core. It's the game changers.
Yeah. You are a plug-in machine today. I'll tell you.
But it is. It's the game changer for me. Again, just because they're the 3 arguably best defensemen in the entire league right now, and they're in one unit, and they're going to be eating up minutes on a lot of these top guys, and they got a really good solid foundation. I'm going to ride them. I truly believe that San Jose is going to win this series. But what a great, talk about salvaging for the NHL. They could sell the story of Joe Thornton, the golden boy of Boston when he got there.
Yeah.
Leaving because the team couldn't do anything, couldn't get anything done, and going to San Jose. And what a story, whatever happens, of having Joe Thornton facing his original team to potentially win the cup in his second go round. He lost it against the Penguins in the first one.
Oh yeah.
The NHL really needs, I think, this storyline. They could sell that. It's sexy.
Oh, big time.
Nice.
Big time.
And it's markets that are watching hockey too.
Agreed. I agree. It has to be San Jose, Boston in the final. It can't go any other way.
Like St. Louis, Carolina, that'd be great. But It's almost like, okay, so we did the 100-meter dash and the first 7 people got caught with drug testing.
Yeah.
Or actually, I guess we could just call it the Tour de France. It's basically the guy who won the first place for finishing 18th in the Tour de France.
Oh,
That's
man.
what St. Louis, Carolina would be.
If something happened where
Gross.
it was St. Louis and Carolina in the Stanley Cup, oh man,
That is gross.
I don't know what you do.
You know what St. Louis, Carolina is?
What's
it's
that?
the 2:30 a.m. I still haven't picked up a girl at the bar, and I'm just looking for anything at this point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's exactly that. You basically
Don't
just
drink from
grabbed
the cup
whatever.
in 2020, everyone. Don't drink from the cup in 2020.
Oh man, that's exactly
gross.
it. Yeah. It's so true. After all, you know, it's exactly that. You've been working out, you're doing great, this, that, the other. You go to the bar, you're feeling good, and then you still
You come home with a St. Louis.
Yeah. you come home with a hurricane. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And singing the
And
blues.
singing the blues is right.
Holy smokes, did you see Mitch? He came home with a hurricane last night. It's disgusting.
But damn, does he look good. So funny. Listen, I got one last question for when it comes to the NHL. In that St. Louis series, you got Billington. You got the San Jose. You know, they've got more offensive power. Does Billington have enough? You know, and because he's a rookie, like, do you think he's got enough willpower to stop San Jose? Like, I know you chose San Jose, but
Yeah,
like, truthfully, do you think this kid could maybe pull off an upset on his own?
Yeah. He's been in this mode for a long time. I don't think that. I think people get. I think people get rattled, sure, but we're talking. Look at the teams that he's had to play and go through. He hasn't been playing chump change either.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had to go through Nashville Dallas and Winnipeg.
It's true. I saw an interview with the kid the other day, and he looks so dialed in.
Yeah.
That I would be, if he gets dialed in or he gets a little more help offensively, St. Louis is a tough team to beat. They're well-rounded. They're very, very gritty. They got scorers. They've got the defense. They've got the goal. They got a coach that somehow motivated this team from being the worst team in the league to literally maybe winning the Stanley Cup. Pretty impressive stuff.
Well, the thing too with these new players or rookies or these sensations that come out is they don't have an expectation for themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
The thing about that, right? They don't have a contract that they got to live up to. They don't have anything to benchmark themselves from the past to live up to. This guy's just right. Like, he's on a go for broke. He's win-win.
That's right.
So he doesn't care. He's literally playing with no fear. He just doesn't care.
He's the new Patrick Waugh.
Yeah. Patrick.
There it is, NHL. You got your little pub. You got a little.
Fine.
How about you guys up your game and maybe you'll make it to the front line of Real Locker Room Talk next week?
If it's St. Louis and Carolina, what do we do?
I don't know. You know what? We'll think of something because we always
Basketball repeats?
It's going to be exactly a lot of things. We're going to have to really
You're pretty crafty with an itinerary.
We're going to have to figure something out. Exactly. But from there, we go to everyone's newest favorite segment. It's Rapid Banter time, Jeff.
So awesome.
It's a simple thing. What we try to do is we cram everything that happened last week and in the next week into about 5 to 6 minutes.
Again, now we're talking about your sex life.
Exactly. Which would be an upgrade.
Actually, 5-6 minutes is impressive.
That's
for
it.
anybody.
Here. That's so funny. All right, listen. Where do you want me to start? I have so many great things to start with. All right. Dennis Rodman last week. He was caught stealing yoga pants. If you're Dennis Rodman, are you a downward dog guy or are you a warrior pose guy?
Well, the way his career is going, it's downward dog.
Rapid banter. Last week, the Pope, he had a meeting. Some guy, I don't know where.
Did the Pope have a sit down?
The Pope had a sit down, and somebody brought him a custom Las Vegas Golden Knights jersey. How many Hail Marys do you get for bringing the Pope a NHL? Why are you bringing the Pope an NHL jersey?
Yeah, it's very simple. 21. Rapid banter.
Vlad Putin, the greatest hockey player of his generation, once again showcased his talent, scoring 8 goals in a charity game. Last year, he scored 5. Are we asking too much of Vlad Putin?
Hey, give him some help and get him some good wingers, okay? The guy needs to work too hard.
Rapid banter. Last week, Greece's greatest export.
Oh,
Since
Vandalay Industries. They're an importer
outside of
exporter.
olive oil and feta is Jennifer Aniston. She went calling Conor McGregor on some guy's phone last week. Somebody was trying to take a selfie. She grabbed it, destroyed it. Okay? What's worse, having Conor McGregor destroy your phone or getting the wrath of a Greek lady?
Well, no one knew that phones were going to end up this way. Rapid banter.
Now, staying with that, she's apparently dating Brad Pitt. Okay? But we've always, they're back together. I don't know.
They're back together.
They're back together.
Son of a
Which
gun.
would be nice. You know, they seem to always kind of had a good thing.
It's like an episode of Friends.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Friends, Ross, right?
Yeah.
So let's say Brad Pitt.
He's Ross.
What I'm saying is Jennifer's walking down the street. Somebody tries to take a picture. She starts freaking out. But both her man friends come out. Ross and Brad Pitt come out.
Yeah.
Who would you rather fight, Brad Pitt or Ross from
I'd rather
Friends?
fight Ross. Are you kidding? Brad Pitt was Achilles.
Rapid banter. I was going to say I'd rather fight I'd rather fight Brad Pitt because Ross is like, he's a little goofy. Those guys scare me. I'd rather get knocked out by Brad Pitt I got knocked out by Brad. If I get knocked out by Ross, I don't know.
Yeah, you got a point.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I guess in that case, there's schwimmers and losers.
Rapid banter. All right. So Neymar is a very famous soccer player. All right. The guy was in the news twice last week. Last week, he plays for a Paris team. Can't remember the name of it. Saint-Germain. They lost in penalty kicks.
Okay.
When you accept your second place medallion, you have to go through the crowd. Well, somebody was jibber jabbering to him. He went over and smoked the guy in the face. He got a 3-game suspension. Well deserved, undeserved.
You got to take lessons from everyone else. Get your mom in the stands to take care of your business.
Rapid banter. Now, speaking of Neymar again, he's doing his publicity stuff. He's in a Hollywood chair.
I can't hear any more of this.
Please, I'm begging you. I'm begging
Come
you.
on, this is good stuff.
So
This is what's going to win us ethnic radio station of the year next year, Mitch. Okay, and I'm trying to pull
you know
my
what?
weight.
You're right. You're doing your
You just
thing.
Jon Snowed me.
No, I'm Jon Snowing you.
All I want to do is just
Jon Snowing
you Jon Snowed me.
I Jon Snowed you just now.
Look, all I want to do is just lay my jokes on you, and I want to lay them on heavy, and you're giving me
You know what?
nothing.
Maybe.
Nothing.
Maybe you're right.
Okay.
But you know what? It's sometimes a little much.
King's
Sometimes
Landing.
a little much.
King's Landing one.
I get tired too sometimes.
Is Toronto the King's Landing?
Oh, it totally is.
Toronto's got to be King's Landing.
So Neymar is on a talk show last week, okay? And Will Smith happens to be on it because he's promoting Aladdin, because he's the genie, right? By the way, Robin Williams, always all-time genie.
Come
All
on.
right, let's go.
Come on. The guy was Jumanji for crying out loud.
Neymar lost his mind. He was super pumped. He's a big Will Smith fan. My question to you, and this question actually goes to Jeff as well. If you could meet one of your favorite 80s or 90s sitcom favorite characters or actors, who would it be?
Easy. Alf. Rapid banter.
Jeff?
This part.
Who is yours?
On a sitcom?
Sitcom, yeah, or show?
The Fonz, man. I got a Henry Winkler.
There it is. Rapid banter. Butch Cassidy, head coach of the Boston Bruins. Best name in hockey?
No, the Sundance Kid.
Rapid banter. NBA tonight. They're picking the lottery. So you got Phoenix at 14% chance of winning, the Knicks at 14% chance winning, and also who was it? Somebody else 14% chance winning. Who's going to win the NBA draft lottery?
Oh, easy. The Knicks. The fix is in.
Rapid banter. Load management. It's been a big talk because Kawhi, he had a couple of games off this year. Is it real or not real?
Just ask Madison Ivy.
Rapid banter. The 32-year-old super coach of the LA Ram Illuminati, Sean McVay, came out last week and said, hey, I was too over-prepared for the Super Bowl. That's why we lost. Can you be too over-prepared, or was that just a millennial excuse?
No, you can. Ask Finch from American Pie.
Rapid banter. I saw a couple commercials last week, made me think. Who would you rather be in a commercial with, Eli Manning or Peyton Manning?
Peyton Manning.
Rapid banter. Anthony Joshua, heavyweight champ of the world. He called out Deontay Wilder. I know, right?
Well done.
Thank you. Who's dodging who? Because Deontay has said he's called out Joshua. And
Anthony Joshua.
Rapid banter. Let's get to golf. Tiger Woods literally got the Medal of Honor a couple weeks ago. Trump put it on him. Said, hey, for what you've done as a person, coming back from adversity, this, that, the other, you deserve it. Does he deserve it?
And more.
Rapid banter. Sticking with golf, this week is the PGA Championship. You got Tiger Woods. He's in it, obviously. He's a defending champion of the Augusta, right? Mm-hmm. John Daly, everyone's favorite golfer from afar, right? You may not actually love the guy, but you love the guy. He's got a bad knee. He put in a request. I need a cart. He got the approval. Is this a win or a loss for John Daly using the cart during the PGA Championship?
It's actually a loss for the PGA. Get everyone to get carts. That way they can custom make them, and it would be such an entertaining show. Rapid banter. Could you imagine like someone having a Corvette golf cart?
Well, then
like welcome to the Daily Show.
That would be amazing. So Tiger, they asked Tiger, "What do you think of that?" Tiger goes, "Well, not a bit. Yeah, fine if he's got to do it, but I did it with a broken leg that one year. I had to walk the whole thing. Right? Is a Tiger a one-up guy?
Total one-up guy.
Rapid banter. Shanahan got a 6-year extension. Does he deserve it or not deserve it?
Oh, man, no.
Rapid banter. Khabib's management team came out this week and said, hey, we're working on something. It looks like they're going to make it happen with St. Pierre. On the other side of it, you got Anderson Silva. He came out and said, hey, Dana, I want to fight McGregor. Let's pretend that both fights happen the exact same day. Which fight would you watch?
Khabib St. Pierre.
Really?
Yeah.
Rapid banter. There it is.
What about a four-way?
Four-way, that'd be amazing.
That'd be the first.
I saw that once on a YouTube thing I was watching. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Forget it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's not what I meant to say.
How did it finish for you? Rapid banter.
That's exactly how it ended. Well, there it is. Rapid banter is done
really
for this
good
week.
Rapid banter.
Did
this
you like
week.
that?
I loved it.
Well,
great
good.
diversity. Who says we're not a podcast?
Last one, Jeff. This one's for you too.
One more.
All right.
Fanny packs, in or out?
In rapid banter.
As he wears one in the studio.
Nothing makes a fat ass and a paunch look better than a fanny pack.
It's so true. Here we go.
Never
Jeff,
mind,
we are on cue. We are so on cue. 56 minutes and 35 seconds
It's
in.
tight.
Tight.
Okay, let's get to it.
So we're off to the as you call it, not the gumad, you're talking about the true love.
The
Maga
true love.
Malaka.
Yeah.
And speaking of love, you said you went to a wedding.
I
It's
did.
wedding season. Love is in the air. So it's our rendition of Maga Malaka. What and this also goes out to the people that are getting married.
That's right. We're planning to.
Yeah. Like you're probably saying, well, people like this or not like this. We're gonna give you the Maga Malaka rendition of should you do it, not you do it, Maga Malaka. Here we go, wedding edition. Ready?
I love it. I'm ready.
Let's do it. Nice easy one. You alluded to it earlier. Jeff, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm
ready.
You're ready. Here it is. Nice easy one.
Over the plate.
Over the plate. Midnight buffets. Maga or Malaka?
Oh, of course. Maga.
Maga it is. I agree. Now, when it comes to the buffet, that's the midnight buffet. Would you prefer buffet just in general at a wedding? Maga or Malaka?
You know what? I used to think Malaka, but I've had enough of them now where I'm digging it because you get to go for seconds. Maga.
The great thing about the buffet is you can always serve yourself your dessert first. And you should, because there's so much food. You don't get to the dessert. You got to start with the dessert.
Like seriously, Jeff, I gotta tell you something.
Thank
you. You, sir. Like we joke, we say you're Yoda and this. It's so true.
You're just so wise after every podcast.
Brilliant. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
I haven't even thought of that move. I've been to like 86 weddings.
Oh, you got to change it up, man. You got to try it. It's
I will
great.
now.
Yeah.
I
Finish
will
off
now.
with the roast beef.
So I guess when I say this one, plated meals, Malaka.
No, they're still MAGA.
No, I'm kind of, now that Jeff has convinced me that I can basically do whatever I want with my
fair
buffet.
enough.
Why would I want the plated dinner?
You don't want to be restricted.
Yeah.
No, you know what you got to do? You got to put an extra chair and scoop a set of cutlery. So you're like, look, my wife's in the washroom.
Right.
Get the prime rib over here.
But see, you know what that is?
Get the prime rib over
That's
here.
work. That's work. All right, destination weddings, MAGA or Malaka?
You know what? I got to say that they are MAGA because it forces you to go somewhere where you didn't go. And everyone says the same thing when they come back. Thank God that they did that because it was the best time I ever had. MAGA.
I'm with you. And you know what? Having done one, I think most of my guests would say that.
How weird would it have been if both Jeff and I said destination wedding, Malaka?
I would have said,
You'd have to leave.
You, sir, are wrong.
The only downer on a destination wedding is sometimes you can't set aside the time or the money.
It's true. I mean,
So-
that is the one
Yeah, that
thing.
is-
You're kind of putting people on the spot, but
But
the
it
ones
is a
that
good
wanna
time.
come,
When you get
they'll
there, it's a
come.
great, yeah.
They'll come.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of destination, now let's say you can't do the destination. Do you do an inside wedding or outside wedding? Which one's the MAGA? Which one's the Malaka?
Look, we're not in the climate to take chances for an outside wedding. Do it inside.
So what do you
real.
think of the people that do the outside weddings here in Alberta?
Malaka.
Malaka is right. Come on. What are you doing?
Idiots.
It's like, I hate to say
If
it.
you
it's
don't like
patios.
if you don't like the weather in Calgary, wait 5 minutes and shoot yourself in the face.
Honest to God.
Now, here's a question I got. Showers for ladies. You know, they have their wedding showers.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a MAGA or Malaka move for the women? The showers.
Oh, the shower is Malaka. Like, what's the point?
I think it's a MAGA play.
but they're
And in fact,
doubling
why
up.
are we as men now banding together and doing fitzes?
Because we like to buy each other strippers, not presents.
Again,
Again,
there
there's
it is.
it, MAGA.
There
There
it
you
is.
go.
That's what it is.
There it is.
There it is. There it is. It's just
We argue amongst
why
ourselves
we
like we
sit
know
here.
something.
Yeah, like we know something. Exactly.
Isn't that far gone for
Jeff,
you guys?
we're changing MAGA versus Malaka. We're just going to ask you.
Now, here's a legitimate MAGA Malaka question I have for you guys. I've seen it. If I've gone to, let's say, 100 weddings, it's happened recently. They
Yeah.
used to never be around. Wedding games, MAGA or Malaka?
During the wedding?
Yeah, well, like during the reception.
Oh, that's Malaka. Come on. Everyone wants to be at the bar. Relax. What are you doing?
Jeff?
I disagree. I think sometimes, it kind of makes it. It's entertaining,
knew I was
It
gonna get
draws
this wrong.
people out of their shell, You can drink and do the wedding games.
Yeah,
That's the best part.
Here's, I think, the true answer. It depends on the couple.
Yeah,
Are you
true.
the couple that you're trying to be funny when we all know you're not?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good
you
point.
got a great
That's
point.
yeah,
There's
'cause if you're
some
a couple
couples.
stiffs.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
couple of stiffs trying to pull this,
Yeah.
it's not going to work.
No,
You
Let's
gotta-
drink and enjoy
You
ourselves.
got to have a couple with a goofy sense of humor.
That's right.
Okay, then it works.
Then it works.
Fine.
So it's a Magalaka.
That's a Magalaka.
Speeches. Are you down MAGA or Malaka for speeches?
I'll go MAGA. I'm down for them.
I'm going to tell you this. You said it earlier. There's got to be a minimum on these or a maximum.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah,
got to
it's
be a
true.
limit, too. Like the first one's okay.
I'm again, this is the Maglakla.
And come prepared. Guys, stop winging it.
Yeah, you know what? Exactly.
Like,
there's only a few
stop
of you.
it.
Like Dimitri is a perfect example. He can ad lib. You cannot. Do not think you're Dimitri. You can't. Put
stop
it
it.
down on a piece of paper and go.
I'm a 5-time wedding MC.
I'm deaf. I'm saying.
You know.
I'm giving you a compliment here.
Well, no, I know that. I'm just saying it wasn't for you. Like it was kind of for you, but it was more for the roster.
Well-
I'm letting them know.
That's true.
I'm 5-time MC.
Well, I've done a few as well.
Yeah,
Guys
You're-
like
you're
us,
good
we're
at-
rare. We're rare.
You don't
is what
teach
I'm
it.
saying.
You don't get it at the academy.
You don't get it.
You don't.
So if
and
you're
you know
not
the other
us,
thing too. You know the
write
other
it down.
thing. Here's the thing.
I even write it down.
Write it down.
Write it down.
Practice, but be somewhat original, you guys.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the internet jokes.
Yeah.
Okay? And you start out with a dumb internet joke, you're getting the pity laugh. There's nothing worse than the pity laugh.
Yeah. Pity laugh is horrible. I agree with you.
Yeah, you got to talk to the relatives and dig up the real dirt.
Yeah, exactly. Like, get nasty if you have
Oh,
to.
yeah.
I agree.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
100%.
Now, speaking from speeches, a lot of crying comes out. MAGA or Malaka on the crying.
Oh, look, only if it's organic. Like, don't everyone.
No.
Yeah, no.
No.
Come on.
No, I'm gonna listen, man.
I hate the overcrier.
Apparently, I'm not very emotional. People and my wife will
You're a
tell
prick.
you. I'm apparently, yeah. Listen, it's supposed to be the happiest day of your life. Why are you crying? Don't cry. There's no crying in baseball and or weddings. Enjoy. Relax.
Jeff, any help here?
If you're a guy and you're crying at a wedding, you should probably question your sexuality.
Thank you, Jeff. Yes. Dude, if I cried at my wedding, my dad would probably get up.
I
and
didn't
be-
cry. Are you
No,
saying
I'm
for
not
you?
saying for you. For
Or
anybody.
anyone.
No, listen.
Even for girls?
I cried.
I cried at
What
my
are you
wedding.
crying about?
I
'Cause
cried
you're
at my
happy.
wedding. I
Who
got no
cries with-
respect.
Then you know what? Then there's a lot of sad people in
Did
this
you
world.
cry
that
during the
you're-
movie Rudy?
That's a whole different thing, and
Hold
you
on.
know it.
Did you cry
know that's a different
during
thing.
Rudy?
That's different.
No, it's not.
He worked his ass off to get where he was.
And
that's
they
different.
don't.
You
Relationships
know that's
take
different.
work, Mitch.
That's not the same thing.
Relationships take
That's
work.
not the
yes,
same
it
thing.
is the same thing.
You know
cried during
when
Rudy
you're trying to
because
get
you were
big.
happy. You were happy that he made the tackle.
that's not
You
why.
were happy.
It's 'cause he worked
that
his
he
ass
made the
off.
tackle.
No,
You
no,
cried.
no.
I cried. The roster cried because you were happy, and
No.
that's why
It's been a while.
I'm crying right now.
It's been a while.
There's crying in football. It's just baseball.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. All right, couple more because Jeff's got to go. We got to go. Evites. Why are people still sending out paper stuff? Evites. Maga or Malaka?
No, Malaka, I want the paper.
You want the paper?
I want the paper.
What do you want the
Put
paper
some thought
for?
into the design. I want a message.
You know, you're a part of the problem, sir.
no, I
You're
am
a
part of the solution.
problem.
Well, you know what? Would you want a Facebook invite for a wedding?
You know what? I'll tell you this.
Oh
Why
my
not?
God, Mitch,
Why
no.
not?
You're full of
that
shit.
way I know they're getting it if I sent it.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, I
You
didn't
are
send
such a
it,
hypocrite.
blah, blah, blah.
You're as old school
No.
Greek as I am. That
I
would
am.
piss you off.
I'm telling you.
It pissed you off.
I couldn't agree more.
You would
but-
accept it.
I think in this day and age, you kind of got to do both. You got to, to really have a sense of class. You got to send out the real invite, and then you got to follow it up with the social.
All Jeff said is that
media,
we're
right?
both right.
That's fine.
I'm not
Yeah.
I'm willing. If he's
Sure, that's what I
if
said.
he's gonna
Yeah,
advise us, I'm down.
Sure,
with it.
yeah.
Okay. I'll do both.
Fine, both. It's a Maglaka again. Maga. All right, couple more. Here we go. Chair covers. I don't get it. Maga or Malaka? I just don't get
Maga.
it.
Come
How
on.
is it a Maga? It's extra work. It's extra money. Why? I know there's a chair under here.
It's only $3 a chair, man. Relax.
$3 a chair at a 1,000-person wedding? What kind of weddings are you going to?
Good ones. Wait, come on, you're gonna take our church for example.
Sure.
You don't want chair covers on those chairs?
You know what?
You would gladly invite people to your wedding?
I'll say,
With
are
those-
you here for the chair, sir? Are you here for the chair?
Wow. You become a dad already. You're already old man.
You know what?
You're retirement Greek dad right
You know
now.
what?
Chair covers, what do you need? To waste money for what?
Yeah.
No, people care about the
They
chairs.
don't make sense to me.
I judge.
They don't make sense to
I
me.
judge every wedding I go to.
Go.
Yeah,
I know you do. I hope you don't get invited to any more now because of this.
And you don't? Be honest. Coach's challenge.
All right, like I said, we got to get done here. We could be all night. Okay, let's not fight. Only a couple more.
I can't wait to sit with you at the next wedding.
Okay, two more, and that's it. Two more, and that's
more.
it. All
Done.
right. I gotta pick them nicely.
Be strategic.
Choreographed dancing from the wedding group. Maga or Malaka.
Look, if it's good, Maga. I think
Yeah, it can be
if it's
entertaining,
good, it's
right?
I
gotta be
will
good.
kick this table across the room, sir. What are you talking about? It's choreographed.
I think it's good if there's no crying.
Again, can I say something? If it's like the wedding game where I know they got rhythm, I'm down. If I know that they had to
That's what I'm
do 2 a
saying.
days,
Oh no!
like to do
no, it's
that,
got to be
no.
Maga. It's got to be Maga because when they don't have rhythm, it's even funnier.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you might be
That's
so.
true.
You know what? You convinced me. Jeff. Damn it. All right, last one. Ready?
I'm ready. Well, I'll say two more. You know,
Okay, yeah,
that's-
maybe. Okay, throw in the bouquet. Maga or Malaka?
Yeah, it's Maga.
You think it's a Maga move?
Do you want to know why?
Oh yeah,
It's a good thing we don't go to
That-
weddings together.
You see the true nature of the competitiveness
Oh,
between
that could
women.
become a good spectator
true.
sport.
That should be
Yes.
the
Women
That
get
should be sport.
savage. They take each other
Yes.
down.
I agree. I just, you know why I was gonna say Malaka? I just feel there's false hope there. I just feel like some people are in it, and it just
Let's
you
be
can
honest.
tell. Like with all due respect, you could tell there's some people that are really wanting to win that.
Yeah, and you
when
know
they
what?
don't, they're upset.
Yeah, and if you look at the talent pool,
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's usually the people that don't have anyone
It
yet.
breaks my heart.
So
It breaks my
the
heart.
ones that are in there, you're like, oh man, like that's why it's MAGA. If anyone needs the bouquet, even just for a spark of hope, it's the people that are going into that one.
Fair enough. Last one. Last one.
Okay.
It's the same idea. It's the garter belt. Maga or Malaka.
Look, man, I say MAGA because most groomsmen are probably too drunk to finish the job at the end of the night. At least they could get something out of the
I think
wedding.
it's the biggest, weirdest thing that you're going down into your wife's dress in front of her dad or your mom and everybody else. Full Malaka from me. I don't get it.
You know what? It is a Malaka because if you're going down and the only thing you can come out with is a garter belt, then you suck.
Okay, it's a weird custom, but it can be entertaining. You know, you blindfold the groom, substitute grandma in there. You know, it can be entertaining.
What happens if grandma's... Anyways, forget it. That's episode 82. That's it. I can't handle it anymore. I can't do it.
Wow. Well, you know what? We sure got down on this episode.
Yeah.
Look, always fun.
Always a good time.
And you know, this is the most divisive Maga Malaka we've ever been a part of.
Yeah.
We got to sit together at a wedding. But look, let's talk about the people that we sit together week in, week out. And that's agapegreekradio.com, adversity.com, alchemystudio.ca. Look, ladies and gentlemen, please help us out. Follow us on the channels and support like you have done. At Mitch and Dimitri, reallockerroomtalk.com. You guys, this has been a beautiful, beautiful episode. But we got to put 82 and shove this bad boy in the locker because Mitch and I got to hit the showers.
Thank you guys. Have a great week.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Weddings as a spectator sport. I love it.
Do well, man. Have a great flight.
Yeah, Jeff.
Yeah, it'll be all right. Yeah.